Now I grew up down an old dirt road in a town you wouldn't know.
Well, hey, welcome back everybody. It's Joey with Alpha Blade Reviews. Right now I have the Benchmade Arvensis on the table, and we're going to do an up close and personal for you. I've had this knife for about a month, and I haven't used it for a whole lot. So if you want to see this video, if you want to see this knife being torture tested, just look for another video on YouTube. There's some things I want to talk about with the sheath mainly, but with the knife, I couldn't ask for more. The only thing I would change is the very top. The guard on the top is I think it's kind of it's meant to be kind of a fighting knife / survival knife is what I read. So I understand why they put it there. They think that, you know, fighting knives need a, they think that, I guess, people think they still need to look kind of like a K-bar. But, anyway, it's still a cool design. It's a Siebert design. It's the 119, just the satin finish on the blade. There's no Cerakote or anything like that. I did not like the black on black. I held it. One thing I like about Siebert's, designs is the rivets. I love the way he has those see-through grommet holes, or whatever you want to call them. The G10 was surprisingly nice on this one. If you wanted to compare it to another Benchmade G10, not that they feel the same, but the Contigo and the fixed blade was extremely smooth. It was actually slick. I mean, it just really disappointed me because I really wanted that knife for $165 back when it first came out, but I went to Knife Works and felt it, and I just couldn't do it. The blade tang on this is a little bit proud. It's kind of a proud blade tang, meaning that it sticks out just above the handle, just a hair, but not bad. Trying to see there, and anyway. So that's that side of it, and then you have your pommel over here, or glass breaker part, and flip it around. And I know you've already seen this knife 100 times, but I'm just going to show it in its entirety up close. The lines on it are sweet. I mean, it's just a sick blade, really. And surprisingly, I thought that I would hate the way it felt in my hand. I actually like it. There's no palm swell per se, but it's about a finger width thickness, and let me go ahead and measure that thickness for you. I know that the spine is supposed to be 0.193 inches, and it ends up coming out to be right at 5 millimeters, maybe a hair over. And then the actual, let's see, the actual handle, let's do it in inches. Okay, we have exactly 1.75, no, I'm sorry. It's exactly 3/4 of an inch, 0.75 inches. So for me, that's fine. I mean, I've carried around the cold steel Koboon before, and it's 0.5 inches thick. And so is the Protagonist series that Benchmade just came out with, which is, you know, something I was interested in until I found out how small it was. Anyway, the ergos on it are pretty awesome. I mean, I have medium to large size hands, and it ended up surprising me in a good way that that the handle was so comfortable. I guess it's just Shane for you, his designs. Anyway, the knife came out of the box impeccable and impeccably sharp. I haven't even stropped it yet, and it's still cutting through paper. It'll cut through phone book paper. So I'm sure that it'll cut through. I have an old hunting regulation. The paper is very, very flimsy. Let me see where it starts to. Trying to get this on video. It's kind of hard to cut like this, but anyway, you see that it's sharp. Okay. So, and another thing I was going to point out about this knife I was worried about before I handled it is, let's see if I can get it right here. Right there, it looks like it loses its thickness. Let's see if I can get this just right. It looks like it loses its thickness right after the base, right after the blade starts, but actually it does not. how to get that angle just right to where I can show y'all. I guess we'll do that. So as you can see, I mean, it's an optical illusion that at the base where the handle is, it's thicker because it maintains the thickness all the way down to the tip. It's just swedged out at the top, so it gives you that illusion that it's thinner. And you can see the multi-layer cuts and grooves in there. It's pretty cool. All right, another thing I wanted to talk about. I thought that I wasn't going to be able to choke up on this blade because of this. Well, I was dead wrong. All you have to do is this. It's a 3-finger grip. This does not cut you. It will not cut into you. And I grab it like this, and you can just rest your thumb right there, and it fits. Feels great. In fact, I wouldn't. If it had to have a guard on top, I wouldn't change it. I would want it like this. I wouldn't want any more. I wish it was flat, but I have a Survive knife I'm waiting on. I probably won't get it till next year, but this will suffice. And plus, I got so many others. I just wanted another one from Benchmade because I know they're a quality company. So anyway, we've talked about the G10 being good. We've talked about the Proud Tang, which does not bother me. There's no hot spots. There's no, you can't even tell it's a Proud Tang. You can't even feel the tang. I can't. And my hands aren't the toughest. I don't work outside, but they're also not soft either. So I do lift weights. Let's see. What else? Let's go ahead and weigh this sucker. And we'll do measurements. 11.75 ounces. And in the Boltron sheath, it is pronounced Boltron, as far as I know. It is 1 pound, 0.10 ounce. So basically 1 pound right on the bat. Right on the money, I mean. Okay, Boltron is not supposed to scratch your blade like Kydex, and it's supposed to be a little lighter, from what I understand from my couple of friends that make knives. I don't know if it's more expensive or not, and this little strap right here is really kind of unnecessary, but it's so light. I mean, this is so light compared to Kydex, and it's definitely not like glass reinforced nylon. It's not going to dull your blade, and I think Kydex dulls your blade worse than this if it's done too tight. You know, if it doesn't give right here when you're taking it out. I don't know if that's going to show up. Let's see if I can get it while I'm taking it out to pick up. I'm going to move this over. See, it flexes. If I can get it right. Trying to push off at an odd angle. There we go. It flexes just right. Okay, so you may be wondering, why are there stainless screws here? Well, when I went to put this, I think this was an afterthought. In fact, I know it was. It had to have been. This Tech Lock sucks. It's flimsy, but it does its job. If you're not just too rough on it, it actually holds the knife away from your body so that if you have love handles or you don't want the knife digging in your ribs, it probably won't. It hasn't in mine. I don't have love handles, but I have had knives digging into the bottom of my rib cage. Or if I'm sitting down, you know, with a seatbelt across me, and I like to carry it on the right back side of my hip, I'll scoot it over to the side of my hip while I'm driving, and a lot of times it'll poke me then when I lean or something. I replaced it with stainless steel screws from Lowe's. They're highest priced ones. I had these left over from the K-Bar BK series. I bought them for the BK7, and because there were so many reviews about their screws rusting and all that kind of stuff, so I just think it adds a little bling. So I just added that. I don't care if these are sticking out because the Tech Lock and the style sheath, this little swag out right here that keeps it away from the body. I guess that's what it's made for. That's all I can think of. It actually helps because these I don't ever notice them. So it actually carries comfortably. In fact, it carries more comfortably than a lot of the knives that I have in a leather sheath. What else can I say? It's completely made in USA. We did the weight. Let's do the dimensions. All right. The blade is, and I know it's already mentioned online, but I'm just going to do it for y'all. Let's get it right where it starts. My ruler doesn't start right away. All right. The blade is 1/16 under 6.5 inches. Most companies don't, they'll tell you 6.5 inches, and it's usually, especially cold steel, it's usually up to 1/4 inch shorter than what they advertise. Surprised with Benchmade. I thought that would be exactly 6.5. All right, and the handle is, well, if you look at the top where the pommel stops, it's right at 5 inches. Now, if you back up a little bit, where it doesn't swedge in this way, the handle, just where the handle sticks out completely at you, it's just about 1/16 under 5 inches. So anyway, and it's got some nice size rivets here that you can put, yeah, and I ain't gonna go into that. Use your imagination. But yeah, overall, I'm really impressed with the knife. Hope I didn't bore you. I kind of rambled too much on this, but go ahead and snap it over, snap it up, and there you have it. And all I did was this setup right here will not fit down here, and it will not fit crossway right here. It'll fit crossway here, or it'll fit standard carry here. And I didn't know what else to do with it really, besides just hold it like this. And I'm glad I went with this setup like this, because it feels awesome on my hip. And it's 1 pound, but I mean, if you have one of those utility belts, I think I got the CQB or something like that from Blackhawk. Chris Tanner from Prepare Mine was talking about it a couple years back, and I was just looking for a belt because all my leather belts were getting tore up, because I always wear a fixed blade everywhere I go, and I always have 2 folders on me. And yeah, I got tired of it, and I got one of those belts, and bam, problem solved. I can't even hardly tell it's there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope I didn't ramble too much. Subscribe if you like, and God bless everybody. Y'all take care out there.